Manchester United, arguably the most successful British club in the last 30 years, from winning League Cups, league titles, Charity Shields, FA Cups, Champions League titles, to Club World Cups. United has certainly placed its name in the history books of world football. There are so many reasons upon their success, but in today's video, we are going to look at the best 11 individuals from different positions who, in our opinion, make the ultimate Manchester United greatest 11. Goalkeeper. Manchester United has built its reputation of having world-class short-stoppers in football history, from Alex Stepney, Jimmy River, Fabian Barthez, David the Hare, and Edwin van der Sar. But amongst all of them, who stands out for us as the greatest Manchester United short-stopper of all time? And the player is, of course, it's him, Peter Schmeichel. Not only do we consider him as the greatest Manchester United goalkeeper of all time, but we also confidently consider him to be the greatest Premier League goalkeeper of all time. The Danish world-class short-stopper signed for Manchester United in the summer of 1991 from Danish club Broadby. He signed for the club in the period where United were not doing well and had not won the league for 26 years. Schmeichel was part of a United glorious era. He won an incredible 5 league titles, for FA Cups, 1 League Cup, for Charity Shields, 1 European Super Cup and 1 UEFA Champions League. Schmeichel was a real leader, a big, tall and could command his backline very well. A proper Manchester United player, he was also part of arguably Manchester United's greatest year ever. He was part of the incredible side that won the treble in 1999, winning the league, FA Cup and the Champions League. Peter Schmeichel is without a doubt the greatest Manchester United goalkeeper of all time. Right back. We couldn't look any further than who else? Gary Neville. Gary Neville was part of the famous Manchester United class of '92 that included David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Nicky Butt and the Neville brothers. Gary Neville was the right back of United for ages. He was part of great Manchester United sides that won titles after titles. He was part of a very solid back four in 1999 that won Manchester United the treble and was also part of Fergie's new golden era. The class of 2007 to 2011, in a period where United won 4 league titles and reached the final of the Champions League twice, winning once in 2008. He also formed a magnificent partnership with fellow Englishman David Beckham on the right side, which is considered one of the greatest right-back, right-winger partnership in Premier League history. Gary Neville gets our pick as Manchester United greatest right-back. Left-back. Dennis Irwin. We couldn't also look any further in this position but the Irish fullback Dennis Irwin. He was signed from Oldham Athletic in the year 1990 and was part of Sir Alex's Manchester United revolution. Irwin was right-footed, yet he played as a left-back. In that generation, there was a lot of critics as to whether he can manage, as left-backs predominantly are left-footed, but he proved those critics wrong with his playing style. Irwin was a modern-day full-back. He had the abilities to defend and also was excellent going forward. From scoring goals, assisting them, brilliant set pieces to winning titles. Dennis Irwin is arguably the greatest Manchester United left-back of all time. Special shout-out to Patrice Evra. Centre-backs. Steve Bruce. Bruce is one of the best Manchester United centre-backs of all time, a natural leader who was crucial in Manchester United winning their first premiership in 1993. Bruce joined Manchester United in 1993. He formed a solid partnership with Gary Pallister and their strong defense took United to greater heights. Ferguson was once quoted saying, "Attack wins you games, defense wins you titles." Maybe all this success wouldn't have been possible without the defensive skills and leadership of Steve Bruce. In the 1992-93 season, Steve Bruce scored a double against Sheffield Wednesday to help Manchester United to keep the title in their own fate and eventually won it. Nemanja Vidic. One of the best defenders of his generation, he signed for the Red Devils in the 2006 January transfer window. His arrival is considered as one of the greatest winter signings in the Premier League history. Vidic arrived in a period where Manchester United seemed to have lost their magic. There was the presence of Arsenal fresh from being invisibles, and also the arrival of Jose Mourinho at Chelsea, who seemed to be unchallengeable at the time. Vidic's signings seemed to lift United. He formed a solid partnership with English defender Rio Ferdinand and inspired Manchester United to their first Premier League title in 3 seasons, keeping 14 clean sheets and also conceding just 27 goals. He helped Manchester United to 3 consecutive league titles between 2007 and 2009, in a period where United reached a Champions League finals, winning one in 2008. He played part in creating an incredible defensive record in 2008-9 season where his partnership with Rio kept 14 consecutive clean sheets, a record that still stands till date. Vidic is considered as the best defender of his generation, from great leadership, great defending, hard tackling, dominant in the air. Nemanja Vidic deserves a spot in our greatest United 11 of all time. Shout out to Rio Ferdinand and Gary Paulista. Central midfielder Roy Keane. Well, we couldn't have begun with any other name to begin with in midfield. Roy Keane is regarded as the best Manchester United captain of all time. He was simply a Ferguson on the pitch. Besides his leadership, he was an excellent passer of the ball and had a great awareness on the pitch. He was simply an engine in the midfield, doing the dirty work which is so crucial for any midfield to succeed. He captained Manchester United to a magnificent 7 Premier League titles, the most as a captain in the Premier League history. Keane gets our pick in this legendary lineup. Next, Paul Scholes. Insane passing range, excellent tackling, spectacular goals, incredible technical ability. What more can we say? Paul Scholes was simply a full package, a complete midfielder. He simply had it all. He came through the academy system in the famous class of '92 and was outstanding. He played with Captain Roy Keane in a successful double-pivot midfield duo for years. Even the greats looked up to him. For example, Zinedine Zidane was once asked in 2002 how he felt being the best player. He said, "Don't ask me, ask Paul Scholes." Messi said his name was mentioned a lot in La Masia. He is a teacher. Paul Scholes retired in 2012, having won the Premier League 10 times, but he was eventually called out of retirement by Sir Alex Ferguson, and he helped Manchester United to their 13th league title. This shows how incredible he was. A player from retirement and dominating midfield to winning a league title. Just shows how special he was. From winning league titles year in year out to Champions League, Paul Scholes is simply the greatest Manchester United midfielder of all time. Special mention to Michael Carrick. Attacking midfielder. Well, there's only one name that we could think about, and that is Eric Cantona. Surprisingly, Eric signed for Manchester United from local rivals Leeds in the year 1992, a transfer that spearheaded the Manchester United revolution. He played as a forward alongside Paul Ince and academy graduate Ryan Giggs. Cantona came to Manchester United at a time when they had spent 26 years without a league title, and he kinda changed everything. He had vision, charisma, technical ability, and was also a natural leader. He had the abilities of making those playing around him better, and he played with a lot of confidence and swagger. He had also the abilities of dictating and winning a football game. He inspired Manchester United to 4 league titles and 12 FA Cups. Right winger Cristiano Ronaldo. What more can we say about this magnificent number 7? He was spotted in a pre-season friendly between Manchester United and Sporting Lisbon, where he mesmerized Sir Alex with his dancing feet. He was immediately signed and obviously didn't disappoint. He didn't get much playing time in his first seasons, but soon as time came. In the 2007-8 season, he was totally on top of his game. He scored a total of 42 goals in a single season, also taking the Premier League Golden Boot with 31 goals. In that very season, he won almost every award possible, from Premier League Player of the Season to PFA Player of the Year to Young Player of the Year to Manchester United Player of the Year to Champions League Forward of the Season to FIFA Ballon d'Or. He became the 4th Manchester United player to win the Ballon d'Or, after Sir Bobby Charlton, George Best and Denis Law. Manchester United has had so many great number 7s, but Cristiano Ronaldo took it to greater heights. We confidently placed him in our greatest ever United 11. Center forward, Wayne Rooney. Although he wasn't a center forward, but who can argue that he can definitely score goals? In fact, he is the Manchester United all-time goal scorer. He broke Bobby Charlton's record in 2017, Wayne Rooney signed for the Red Devils in 2000 from Everton. He was a young player who was ahead of his time. This was seen in his first ever goal for Everton against Arsenal. Rooney was a player who had it all. He could play with anyone successful, from his partnership with Ronaldo, Berbatov, Carlos Tevez, Javier Hernandez, Robin van Persie, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He could score goals, assist them, score any type of goal, like the scorpion kick against Manchester City, the halfway goal against West Ham, among others. He is regarded as one of the greatest English players of all time and is currently the all-time top scorer, at least for now. Rooney won United 5 league titles, a UEFA Champions League title and a FIFA Club World Cup in which he scored in the final. We confidently placed him as our striker in the Manchester United all-time 11. Left winger, George Best. Just like the United DNA, he came through the academy system and made it to the utmost top. He is regarded as one of the greatest Manchester United players of all time. In the days of poor pitches and heavy balls, George Best could play football with incredible ease. He was an excellent dribbler, a deadly finisher, and made others play better. He was part of the United Busby Babes in the 1960s. He inspired United to its first European trophy in 1968, defeating Benfica 4-1, in which he scored a brilliant goal. Sadly, his career was brought to an end due to his outside pitch life. But basing on what he did for Manchester United, we place him amongst our 11 greatest United players of all time. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Like this video, which is so helpful to us. Comment in the comment section below who you think should have made the greatest Manchester United 11. Thanks for watching and see you in a bit.